Okay, hello everyone. I am going to demonstrate exercise number 6. Student can download exercise number 6 on the Excel worksheet for chapter 5, which look like this worksheet. Okay, and also student can also look at the case study, which you can download from the link available on the case study section. Okay, purpose of this exercise is to familiarize students on the control charts that can be used to evaluate the situation of organization. Okay, for this case study, we call Dindor Corporation. This organization is trying to find out what is the process problems that they were facing. They construct or conducted 2 experiments, which I call 2 stages. Stage 1, they collect 30 records. For each record, there are 5 observations. And the record may include information regarding the shift or when the records were corrected, or who responsible in terms of operator. Okay, so the stage number 1, the records or the data set number 1 includes 30 samples. Record number 2 includes 20 samples. There are some changes in the record number 1 and 2. By assuming that the stage 1 of the experiment portrays information regarding the process without any interventions from the manager. The stage 1 purpose is to identify root cause of the problems, when the problem happened, who caused the problem, and other underlying issues that might happen in the process. Okay, after information from stage 1 analyzed, the managers should be able to identify the problem and also come up with some causes of action, implement the actions. Then after that, the manager also prepare to collect additional 20 records. Therefore, stage 2 experiment are after the fact that the stage 1 has already been collected and improved, and the process was improved upon it. There's some cause of action happened. Okay, so right now we do not know anything because all information may appear through the control chart analysis. Okay, so this case is equivalent to what you will see on the example number 5. On example number 6. On example number 6, you were given a raw data which include 50 records. The 31st record will be stage 1 experiment. The second 20 record will be stage 2 experiment. For each record, the data were selected or were collected with 5 observations for each record. Therefore, sample size is 5. With the raw data, you should be able to extract information, rearrange the information into a meaningful table to be ready for the control chart. Okay, next stage, I'm going to perform the control chart by maybe insert some row. I'm gonna add some the parameter, 3 sigma parameter on top, and also I'm going to add the columns to be ready for the control chart. Okay, so I'm gonna mimic the process that we did before. Okay, when sample size is 5, I'm gonna put it up top, and for the column we use, we need 8 columns, 4 for X bar chart and 4 for R chart. Okay, and now we are going to fill in information. We are all experienced about control chart like this before. I hope that students review previous exercises. Okay, so I'm gonna do it by filling information. For the for the X bar chart, the upper control limit will be X bar function 4 plus A2 function 4 times R bar. For lower control limit, I'm going to X bar minus function 4. Oh, don't forget function 4 minus A2 function 4 times R bar. Okay, for the center limit, I'm going to pick X double bar. Don't forget function 4. Okay, for the plot, I'm going to select X bar. Okay, now in order to make the problem obvious, I am going to manipulate the data a little bit to make it higher spikes, so it is obvious to you that the problem happened. So this problem record number 23rd seem to have a higher value average, so I'm gonna maybe manipulate the value to a little bit, so to the number get a little bit higher. Okay, so I'm gonna experiment on the two record. Okay, but in your case study, you do not have to do it. You just take whatever the case gave it to you and use whatever the data that available. Do not change any record. But for me, this is for instructional purposes. I want the data to be very obvious. I want the problem to be very prominent. So now let me plot the data. Okay, now let me fix the problem. This is very important. Don't forget that when you refer to only one cell, make sure that you use function for or absolute. Okay, if you use a max, you might have to key it called $sign. Okay, now let me draw a chart again. Include the columns, names. Okay, now fix the bottom value a little bit to raise it a little bit higher. Okay, put the nice title. Okay, for the R chart, we are going to do the same thing. I'm going to do it quickly. For the R chart, will be D4 times R bar. Okay, the lower limit will be D3 times R bar. For center limit will be the R bar. For the plot will be the R. Okay, once you do it many times, you will feel comfortable. Okay, now let me plot it. Okay, you see now, if you are comfortable, you can do it quickly. It's better than doing by hand, I'm sure of it. Okay, now you can see because I spike the number to be very obvious, to make sure that the problem is emphasized, so the student will see that when there is a problem, what's going to happen. So the problem will be prominent by the spike of the value. Okay, and sometimes you can also emphasize it by maybe use some type of a diagram to emphasize it. Okay, don't forget to unfill it. Unfill it. So it shows all the way through. Okay, now as you can see that from the first record, then we the student should be able to see the problems when it happening, who caused it, and should be able to critique the factors, environment, or the problem that the company is facing, and also maybe come up with some courses of action. For example, I'm gonna write small critique. The process is not in control for at least 2 occasions. Okay, and which are record number, I believe, let me see, 8 and 23rd. Therefore, courses of action are necessary to identify the root cause of problem, the plan of implement is crucial in order to improve the process quality. Okay, and also student must also make sure that with this information find out about the process capability, for process capability, refer to the slide. So there are two types of process capability. One is called process capability index, which is CPK, minimum of x bar minus lower divided by 3 sigma, and upper minus x bar divided by 3 sigma, and process capability ratio. Okay, and for both we are going to compare with critical value. Okay, for this example, formula to call for process standard deviation. So we're going to find out on top the process standard deviation for stage 1. I'm going to use the area on the right. I'm going to put process capability, and I'm going to find process standard deviation. Okay, we're going to use function called STDEV, which stands for process standard deviation, and I am going to highlight or record from the first stage, close parenthesis. Okay, so the process standard deviation is about 1.41. Okay, so now for the process capability index, CPK, we are going to use x bar divided by lower. Okay, so in this particular example, I am going to identify lower, okay, upper, okay, let's put it over there on the right. Okay, let's put upper specification, lower specification, and we also we're gonna, okay, now let's assume the upper specification is 11, lower specification is 6. Okay, now we are going to find out CPK. take mean of, so we're gonna have two term of x bar bar minus lower divided by 3 sigma bar bar minus lower. Okay, don't forget to put parentheses for both. Okay, divided by 3 times sigma. Okay, so that's the first term. The second term will be upper minus, okay, in parentheses, upper minus x bar bar in function 4 divided by 3 times sigma. Okay, now the function call for the minimum between the two, so the CPK equal 0.801. Okay, for CP we are going to take higher upper minus lower divided by 6 sigma. In parentheses, upper minus lower plus divided by 6 times sigma. Okay, now as you can see that if we follow we use 3 sigma standard, so CV or critical value we're gonna use to compare will be 1. Remember, CV for 3 sigma is 1, 4 sigma is 1.33, 5 sigma 1.67, 6 sigma 2. Okay, based on this information we can summarize that the first stage record show that, okay, the process is not capable of meeting the target because the CPK is lower than 1. Okay, if the process will be capable when both of these indexes are higher than the CV or 1. So in this case, it seems that the process is not capable. The process seems to have lower variances because CP show CP is higher than 1. Okay, meaning that the process output are less fluctuated. It is consistent. In another word, Okay, but the CP less than 1. Okay, when CP is less than 1, the okay okay CPK less than 1 show that the process is off center. The process is off center. Somehow it is off center towards the lower value, which means the lower value is out of the bound. Okay, now once you evaluate the first stage, now next let's assume that organization take this information into their heart. They implement the process upon it. They fix whatever the problem they have. Now next, what they're gonna do is they went out and collect additional 20 record. Okay, so we're gonna perform another control chart quickly. Okay, now make sure you find out X double bar. Okay, now draw some chart. Okay, so this stage I think it should be so normal to you now. So okay, so I'm gonna do it quickly so I don't waste your time there, you know, watching the video. For the R will be C4 times R bar or B3 times R bar, or the center will be the R bar, or the plot will be the R. Oh, do not function for it. Take it back. You can double click on it. Okay, now let's draw some chart. Draw some chart. Okay. Okay, now according to the result, there's a big improvement in the stage 2, which means the process seem to be in control. Majority of the problem are removed by the implementation. Okay, however, okay, there is still fluctuation in the output. So further implement causes of action are required. Okay, and also don't forget to evaluate the CP and CPK the same way. Now so you should be able to evaluate. Let me make a copy of that part. Okay, so the second stage we're gonna reevaluate the CPK. Okay, so I'm gonna conduct TDEV with different records there. Okay, now let's see. The upper and lower still stay the same. So I'm gonna point that to okay. So with that, we have to check the formula to make sure that it point to the for this one, the upper AB. Okay, the X double bar will be okay. So the formula call for, let me check, X bar minus lower. Okay, so it will be X bar with the new X bar minus lower will be AB40, which is correct, divided by 3 sigma, which is this new value. Okay, this one, the X double bar will change, so let me change the value. And seem to me that the CPK is not very big improvement there. Okay, for the upper and lower, the formula is stay put. Okay, it seems to me the same solution still apply. So I can copy that. Okay, the second stage. Okay, record show also the process is not capable still. Okay, and the CPK higher than CP higher than 1 still, and CPK less than 1 still. Okay, when student trying to answer the case study, please do not answer the question right away. Trying to write the case study by follow the rubric. Okay, student can perform all analysis in the Excel, then copy the analysis and put it in Microsoft Word when trying to complete the report. and make sure that you format the report into a professional format and make sure it look nice and neat. And if you have any question, feel free to ask. Thank you so much. Let me maybe give you an overview of the big picture a little bit. Save.